Well, good morning. It's 5:55 here, and this is the video for the 19th of July, and I have the ambassador on the line. And today we're going to talk about extraterrestrials, and we're also going to talk about possibly a little bit of something about the blue dragons who contacted me earlier in the week. And of course, the ambassador is the ambassador of the dragon family in China, and we're going to let him take it away. Mr. Ambassador, thank you for being with us again this morning. And what do you have to share with us?
Yes, good morning. Good morning. No, as we were speaking before during this week about your interaction with the blue dragons, and who claims that they are some type of a part of the system, and that they are connected to extraterrestrials, and that they have an alternative Earth or some type of rapture coming for humanity, and they were nice enough to give you a ticket. And the way that we are looking at it, okay, is that you have a lot of people that claims different colors. You have people claiming to be white dragons, black dragons, red dragons, and as you heard, blue dragons and golden dragons and different type of colors. And you have red dragons in China. You have red dragons in Europe. You have different things. This is in reality a lower mindset in the system on the qualifications that is what we say around the level of the eye underneath, and maybe this type of talk is going around in the first level above the eye, or just above the M1 level, okay. And that is what you're seeing. Like when you look at the stories of Karen Hudes' history parts of Mr. Struck and Marcos, and the assets from her point of view, it becomes to me extremely questionable, but because we all know that Marcos was a keeper, and at the same time he was a controller, but he was not the owner of this asset. The asset comes from another part of the world. They were just keeping it, and it was through his in marriage with the family that he was having the pleasure of being appointed to the position where he was. But a keeper cannot appoint a controller. And as both me and Karen knows, that he's not lodged in the system, and at the same time, he's merely a power of attorney. Okay, that's the status of him. I don't say that he's not a nice person. He may be the nicest person you can find. He's maybe have all the good intentions, and maybe he was deceived like many others. And you have a lot of people that is traveling around the world and hunting the keepers and so-called elders, and think that they will be finding the solutions with the keepers. Let them do that. We are not interfering on that on the level where we are. This is levels, far underneath where we are staying. But there's a lot of deception that's going on. And the same thing is with the blue dragons here, is that, maybe the system created a blue dragon. Maybe this is a boy club for a certain group of people. And, maybe they are tracing the ancestry to Annunaki as the state, because there's a lot of family people that claims the ancestry from heavens, okay? And that they are in reality hybrids between an extraterrestrial race and the human race, okay. And that's the reason why they don't mix the bloodlines and so on. And of course anyone with a little bit common sense would realize that that it would expect to find life in other places than only the earth, okay. So I mean, of course we are not alone, but we, I myself and at least believe in a creator, the supreme intelligence, doesn't matter which race it comes to. This way of trying to escape the reality or creating an alternative reality where you can have a rapture and disappear, I think this is a wrong mindset, because I believe that we as humans need to find a solution to live on the planet where we live. Okay. And we need to find a solution to coexist with each other here. We don't need to escape. We need to find a solution to live together. It's a lot of terrible things happening all around the world. I stated many times that wars are not the solution. Wars, you have no winners, only losers. And I'm calling the people around the world to see through the deception. Do not sponsor and assist these criminals in war, wherever it is on the planet. If it's in Israel, if it's in Palestine, if it's in Iraq, if it's in Ukraine or Myanmar, wherever you are in the world, stop aggressing on your neighbors, stop aggressing on other people. Non-violence demonstrations is what I'm expecting everyone to do, and do not assist these criminals anymore. Also, we have been having a lot of people that the airspace is supposed to be secured. We have no-fly zones, we have no-fly lists, we have arrest lists, we have all the different statements from people. As we see, the skies are not safe from the cabal. They are aggressing on innocent airplane travelers and trying to create new false pretenses to create war, and also to scare and terrify the human public. Okay, we need to have a stop for all this type of desertion. If you are a blue dragon and you have a real, what's called lineage to the family, and that you have something of essence, I also ask you to remit and surrender, and I want you all to work together in unity, not finger pointing. And this was not to finger point or to criticize Karen in any way. I'm actually just telling her to do her own research and don't take part in the cabal way of deceiving people and giving false pretenses to people. Understand? I don't know if you're being deceived or you are part of the deception, like many others. And I want everyone to unite for the common cause. If you're doing something which is positive, I believe that to implement a gold-backed currency is something that we have to do. And if you're working for that aim, then you're doing a good job. But at the same time, do your history research a little bit better, and don't deceive the people. And also, like I stated many times, we do not need justification. Who is what and what is what? We know very well who we are, and we will just do as we need to do when the time is ready. Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned the gold again, and how important, from your perception, is bringing us back to a gold standard as at least the introduction to the golden age?
You have many different ways you can look at it. You have a gold standard idea that is coming from the Cabal, okay? Because with the 666 to convey the people that he is the proper one, he cannot deal with paper funny currencies. He needs to come in with this gold and silver dinar situation. You have the same situation, of course, on the side of godly divine inspirations, that only currencies that are basically blessed and accepted by gold as money is gold and silver. Okay, and this fiat currencies needs to be removed. In this regards, there, both sides has their own agenda, but when they really have the control, then maybe something else will be something else. But yes, we have all a vision of taking back everything to the gold standard, and that is happening all around the world. But the ignorant masses are not keeping themselves updated to what's happening around the world. And you see what's the positive things that I was telling to you all, weeks ago. Now you have seen it happen with the BRICS nation, the BRICS banks open up. You have an alternative system. You have the competitors on the market rising against the other cabal-controlled entities like, Visa and MasterCard. You have another situation here that is important to state, that doesn't, whatever we do in the world, we are paying money in interest to the cabal. Every time you use your credit card, every time you use your ATM card, whatever you do, you're submitted to them. And basically, the 666, as many people are stating, it's a number, and every person has a number. And without their number, they can do nothing. And it states that in the end times, you're not going to be able to live or survive without using the number or accepting the number of the beast. And in reality, that has already been in place for a long time. You cannot travel without a passport with your social security numbers and passport number. You cannot do anything without your personal security numbers or buying or your cards, everything connected to the numbers. And that's what we need to do, is to set ourselves free from this, tyranny that has been forced on us.
How readily available will this BRICS new banking system? How readily will that be available in countries like the United States and Western Europe and cabal-controlled nations? Will I be able to? Will I, at some point in the near future, hopefully, be able to open a bank account that's not connected to the Federal Reserve?
I believe that you will be very soon be able to do it, but they will do their best to try to stop that for a long time. But it's way already now. You can be outside that banking system if you would like to, and
I'd like to.
yeah, and it is ways that is being taken in place. And as many people know, it's after this, the world was forced to sign the Patriot Act. It was few countries that did not sign this Patriot Act, like North Korea and Iran and the United States themselves.
Yeah, I want you to underline that. The United States did not sign the Patriot Act. I want people to get that through their heads, along with Iran and North Korea.
In reality, they ask everyone to tell them everything about everyone else, but they don't share anything about themselves to anyone else. And that's basically the concept, okay? And that's why, the United States is a perfect country where you can hide your money from your own governments. So, I mean, that's why also many corporations or nations, which is the same thing, is registered in the United States, in places like Nevada and so on, because they can, keep their actions secret from the public. Now, the thing is this way, that the world is full with deception. And, I have called, on orders from the council and from the family, a war against ignorance and a war against the, financial tyranny. And we want the people to take part in setting themselves free. And the only way we can set ourselves free is to being truthful. And with truth needs to come forward. And people need to research everything they do before they are putting their opinions on point. And unfortunately, we have to stop listening to this propagandists and professional liars like CNN and BBC and Fox News and little CNN like Al Jazeera and other type of criminal corporations that is just sharing propaganda warfare. I hope that this corporation.
So Al Jazeera is also a cabal institution?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's always like this. This is what people have to realize: is that people claim that they come with freedom. People claim that they come with truth. People claim that they are releasing the funds for humanity. They claim to be the unique person. But like I stated from the beginning, our actions will prove who we are. Okay. And, just go and look the track record of all these people. Open your eyes, people. What have they been delivered? What of their statements and claims, what have they been proven delivered on anything that they stated? Okay? More than promoting their own egos. Now the situation is this way, is that same thing with Al Jazeera and corporations like that. You came there, people believe, oh, this is the Arab channel, this is the people for the Arab people. They're conveying the truth. In the beginning, use some graphic pictures, show some groundbreaking things, then you turn it into CNN. And that's what's happening.
What
You,
about
you,
Russia Today? That's a major media uh, group now. That's at least. I mean, I watch a lot of Russia Today
yeah,
videos.
I think this is the way that you need to do your research. It's like this. If you want to find out the truth of the Western world, you should listen to RT. They will expose, more truthful stories about what's happening in the world than any of the Western media corporations would do. And if you want to see, for example, some truths about Russia, which is negative, probably you should watch another channel. You understand? And I mean, that's the problem here. If you want to find out the truth, you need to do your research yourself. It's impossible to just accept just one point of view of a story. But as the Cabal knows that the first person making the lie is the people going to have that in the back of the mind always as the truth. Okay, so and the thing is this way, it's like, oh, this person is this person is that, this person is the unique one. I find, let him be so. you know do your research. Open your eyes. This is what I'm asking the people. It's like I stated before. I'm not coming here to claim that I'm the unique one. My actions will what I do and who I am will be conveyed by my actions. I have no stress. I have no ego situation where I need to prove I am this, I am that, and worship me and come and listen to me, and I am the only source for the truth. I'm not. You know, I think that there's a lot of people, that is trying to convey the message and is trying to expect truth and trying to do good things. I mean, like for example, you see what is happening with, you have Benjamin, Fulford, you have, Neil Keeman, you have, Karen Hudes, you have, a lot of, Cobra. You have a lot of different point of views of people stating that they're doing their best to help humanity, to set humanity free. Uh, Only thing that I ask everyone to do is to, of course, they can be deceived. Of course, they can be fooled. Maybe they don't have intention of deceiving you, but take all the information that you get, and research it. And I hope that all of them do the good things for humanity. And I mean, these people are just, maybe not the great players in the arena, but still there are players in the arena, and people are putting attention to them. So I think it's important for them that they are conveying the proper message, and that they are going deep into themselves and trying to do the best for humanity, and stop assisting negative mindsets, and stop assisting the cabal, and do the proper things. Now, I don't state that all of them, which I just mentioned, are working for the cabal, but I'm stating that everything that is not good for the general public of the world is should not be sponsored and pushed and accepted.
Yeah, we've talked quite a bit about the spiritual aspects of the family. Is there anything you'd like to elaborate on then? I know one of the things you shared with me is that the family has individuals that come basically from all of the major world religions.
Mm.
It's not a unilateral religion type of idea. I mean, you have Christians, Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus. You know, all the major world religions are represented in the family. Is that true? And what is the spiritual uh, vision of the family? I mean, how much can you
No,
share there?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have all religion representing the family, and I think we all coincide and we do not have religious problems in between ourselves. The religious problems is something that is titanic. I believe that religious freedom is important. I believe everyone has their own rights to choose their own ways of coming to God. If you look at all religions in deep, you will see that all religions is based on one creator. And after a while, humans create other ways to come to that creator. But in reality, everything is based on one creator. And after that, it goes outside. I think the spiritual side of a family depends on where in the world you are. But you have people that is inspired uh, in different ways, even inside their own religion. I mean, just look at the flora and fauna of Christianity. Just look at the flora and fauna of Islam. Look at the flora and fauna of Hinduism and other things. You have a lot of different sects, a lot of different type of visions, and we need to learn how to live with each other and learn how to learn from each other, because everyone has something positive to share to each other, and that's what is important thing, is to find the common good things and work together. And the spirit and enlightenment is when we are setting ourselves free from ignorance, and that's basically what I expect people to do, is to do the research. I mean, you see always all the people talking about Sharia this, Sharia that. I mean, which Sharia are we talking about? Okay. Or Muslims. Okay, which Muslims are you talking about? Do you know that in the Quran that the followers of Jesus is written as Muslims? Is a lot of ignorance in the situation. Did you know that the name of Muhammad is mentioned in the Torah and in the old scriptures of the New Testaments that it's been now held back by the Vatican? Is a lot of things that if you study and research, that will come to a fact, and people will say, oh, is this the fact? Is this the truth? But we will always thought that, yes, because the Cabal has always wanted to enslave humanity by controlling religions. And humans has always used a religion as a tool to control people. And if we have ourselves a spiritual conscience and take responsibility for our own spirituality, and if we set an example as a good human, then people maybe will follow you. So whatever religious belief you are, yeah, I think you should live the way that you claim that you preach. Okay, and your way you live and the way you act will determine if you are a good Christian, or if you are a good Muslim, or if you are a good Jew or a Buddhist or a Hindu, whatever religion you come to. Okay,
Yeah.
and we have to stop with this we and them mindset.
Yeah. Uh, that one of the criticisms I've heard from people that say, well, if the dragon family's in China, why is China not, a champion of human rights? Why are they limiting the rights of their own people? What influence does the family have actually in what's going on and what has been going on in recent years in China?
I believe that you have seen a great changes in China in the recent years. Anyone with common sense and a little bit background can see it. But you cannot change the world in one day. And we see what happened with the downfall of the Soviet Union. And many people doesn't realize. Maybe now I will offend people, but after the downfall of Soviet Union, and Yeltsin took over Russia, and him and his corrupt family, what's called an oligarchy, is taking over that country, spreading, and all the terrible things that happened there. I mean, Putin came in and he had to cleanse the place and clean up the place. That's why he has a lot of, high approval rating by the Russian people. And you look at, for example,
He cleaned out the oligarchs, right?
yeah, he had to clean up and get the place into to order. He has done a great job. And now you see, for example, in China, I believe that also China has done a great job. We're talking about other countries pinpointing that China is having a lot of human rights things. I mean, they're not the ones that kidnapping people from other parts of the world and waterboarding and torturing people on islands. You understand what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the U.S. and Israel.
yeah. And I mean, the thing is this way. I mean, you know, if you go in and look at European countries, I mean, even the countries that claims to be champions of human rights are committing crimes against humanity on daily basis. uh, on daily basis. Okay, and that's the thing. That's what is the problem. Is that people are on daily basis committing crimes against humanity. We're having all these terrible things that is happening over here too, in extremes in Europe, in America, and in South America, all the places. But you know, instead of finger pointing and stating that they are supposed to be horrific, it's like I say, is it a civilized way of killing a person? You understand? You know, are we more human rights because we are giving lethal injections to people and that they're sleeping but maybe suffocating to death and having a lot of pains but they're paralyzed so you cannot see how much they're suffering? Or is a gun squad a more humane way actually to kill someone? I don't believe there's any humane way or civilized way to kill anyone. Okay, when should we stop having this type of mindset? Maybe we should realize, since there's almost no court on the planet that is not corrupted, they should not have the power of life. You understand?
Yeah.
So you know, I'm totally against death punishment, and that's my personal opinion. I know that of course it's maybe not shared by everyone in the family, but that's my personal opinion. But it's it is you know, it's a mindset that needs to be changed. But like I stated, change you know, needs to go in a certain pace. Otherwise, you know, humans unfortunately will not be able to you know, comprehend that so-called freedom. And look at all countries that the Cabal supposedly was bringing democracy to. I mean, look at the, you know, utterly mess that is in these countries. Not one single project of democratizing the world has been successful. It has created a new, you know, you know, horrific reality to the people living in these countries. So everything has to be done in a way, but also the people need to be educated, enlightened, and they have to take control over themselves. And we are not living in democracies. Democracies is actually an illusion, of my opinion.
Indeed.
And it doesn't matter where we live on the planet. Okay.
Yeah. There's no, you know, you let people say, well, you vote with your you vote with your in the elections and stuff like that. I mean, I used to believe that voting was important. It convinced me in 2008 when I voted for Cynthia McKinney for president, and then it was reported in the local newspaper that she didn't get any votes, and I voted for her, and I knew other people that in my local area that also voted for her, yet the newspaper reported she got no votes. Uh, so I realized right then and there that, you know, my votes probably went to Obama since that was the closest thing, and I didn't vote for Obama. But anyway, the voting doesn't matter because as long as they're done by machines, it's fixed.
No, I think that you know, the important thing is that that you know, we all nations, you know, some nations have positive things, some nation has negative things. I think we need to learn from each other and to create a basically a better version of so-called democracy than what we see today, and where people themselves can be more active in taking part. But also the problem is like I also sometimes think I told you this before that, you know, sometimes when I'm in some countries where I don't understand what people say, I feeling liberated. Okay, because I don't understand what people are talking about. When you listen to the common public's discussion about certain things, I get scared for democracy because, you know, it's such ignorant masses choosing people. That's the reason why you have you know, a smiley face in the White House. You understand? Now the situation is here is that you know, I think that no intelligent human beings on the planet would sponsor and support a guy like George Bush. but he was president twice.
He was
You
never
understand?
elected, in my opinion.
No, but you understand? I mean, this is is horrifying, and you have a lot of people around the world that are supposedly world leaders and also believe that they are greatly smart and powerful and intelligent. And in reality, the biggest sign of ignorance is when you believe that you are the most smart and intelligent person. It's important for us to try to, and also I don't want to be, if that people think that that the ambassador is talking out of a big ego, saying that everyone is stupid and he's much smarter than everyone else. I do not believe so. I believe everyone has something to teach me. I'm learning every day, but what I'm stating to people is that to be able to be set free, you need to research, you need to educate yourself, you need to be enlightened about things. In this way, you will learn, okay, and then we will have a better chance, all of us, okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people think that because they watch the nightly news and they watch some documentaries put out on the mainstream media, that that's educating themselves. And they don't realize that much, not all, but much of what is put out in the mainstream media is propaganda. It doesn't have a basis in facts or truth. It's what the powers that be want people to believe, and then they deceive people into thinking, well, you've been educated, because even the schools in this country, to me, don't educate people.
No, but this is also the educational system. Sometimes, unfortunately, is also created to brainwash people, and it starts from a early age when we learn history, which maybe is not the truth, and when we learn certain events and we learn mindsets that our country is the best planet on the best country on the planet, and our country doesn't have any problem. Our leaders are the best. I mean, you can brainwash children to anything, and that's the mindset also that scares me sometimes with the so-called light worker side of things, so extraterrestrials, when they're wanting to keep the children and let the old people disappear, or the rapture, let the other people stay there to die, and the other one, just unique ones, would be kept above us. This is a mindset. What we should do is try to enlighten the people, try to assist each other, and try to find everyone a point. Even an ignorant person that have never gone to school can be extremely enlightened and expertly knowledgeable about life, and having extremely deep inside knowledge. You don't need to learn everything in universities and school. You can become something by just enlightening yourself and researching and uplift yourself as a human. Your actions, what you do and what you can do and create, that's what tells who you are, not what your title on a piece of paper.
Well, it's interesting that you said it's not what you get in school, because that's often brainwashing and stuff. That one of the most enlightened people that I've ever heard about in the 20th, 21st century is that Siberian recluse in Russia named Anastasia that Vladimir Megra wrote about. She never went to school a day in her life, and yet she's probably one of the most enlightened and knowledgeable people I've ever heard about. And for people that don't know, just Google the Ringing Cedars of Russia. That's the story. It's a nine volumes about this lady named Anastasia. Beautiful woman, very gifted, and shared a lot of knowledge about how things work. And she was not schooled except by nature and by communing with God or with spiritual realities.
No, I think that Russia has a lot to give to humanity,
Yes.
and we have to stop looking at Russia as an enemy, and try to embrace both Russia and the Russian technologies. And also, I believe that it's important for all of us to take down these borders and take down this we and them that is created by the Cabal, and try to work each other all together with each other. Okay. and that I think which is important, and also that we allow ourselves to do the proper work, all of us, to basically to come forward with this things. It's like people state that, to me many times, that it's a lot of process, there's a lot of progress happening, there's a lot of good things happening, but unfortunately, majority of the public is not aware. Okay,
Yeah.
and the awareness is the problem. Okay, and so we have to look at that and move forward. So let's hope for enlightenment and awareness, and hopefully we will be able to come out of this darkness, and also try to fight these negative trends that the people are doing with creating all these problems. I really ask the people again to cease and desist, to assist the Cabal in wars and problems all around the world, and do the right for your nation and for humanity in general.
Yeah. Yeah, there's many things going through my mind, but I see that we've already gone, over 35 minutes, and I like to keep my videos of a length that's not overwhelming. When somebody sends me a video that's 2 hours, I mean, somebody sent me a video or actually it was an audio that was 5 hours and 22 minutes long, and they expect me to find time in my day to listen to something that long. That's why I try to keep it. On the conversations, I try to keep it 30 to 45 minutes. And on my own, I try to keep them 15 to 20 minutes long. Anyway, I thank you for being willing to share with the world again today and the audience. And are there any closing things that thoughts or comments that you'd like to make?
Yes, I believe that I will be coming back to you all very soon with some great updates from another part of the world. And I hope that we're going to be able to succeed with everything. I know that we will, but we just need to fight together and do our best. And I wish everyone good luck and all blessings, and look forward to a great future together.
Yeah, thank you. And by the way, I just want to say that the ambassador, I've seen the proof that the ambassador has been all over the world. I mean, I've seen the proof with my own eyes. And some people say that, he's not real, he's not real. That was probably the most solid proof I've ever seen, that he showed me how, and it's a way that you can know. I'm not going to go into the detail, but there's a way that you can know, and I know. And so I thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for again being willing to share with us, and I look forward to the communication from the other part of the world, as you mentioned. And thank you very much.
Very good. God bless you, everyone. Take care.
And God bless you. And
thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.